guys, today is going to be such a fun video. I already know it because this is going to be a collab, and you guys know I love collab videos. They're just so fun, and the concept for today's video also is a little bit different, so it's going to be quite a challenge for both of us, I hope. So the person that I'll be collabing with today is Nikki Raven. She is just such an amazing person inside and out. She lives in the Netherlands, and I'm pretty sure that I found her from her commenting on one of my videos, and I have met so many of you guys from you guys just like saying nice things and commenting, and then you know, you start talking with people on Instagram and all of a sudden you're doing collabs with them. So I just think that is absolutely amazing, and I think you guys would really love her channel. She has some great reviews, and what I love the most about her is that she's a bit older than a lot of YouTubers. She's in her 40s, and I just think it's so amazing to see people of every age experimenting with makeup and not just using makeup to make themselves look younger. And that's why I like her so much, because she's not afraid of experimenting and she loves to play with colors as much as I do, and she's just such a relaxing, calming person to watch. So please go check out her channel. I think you're all going to love her. So for today's video, what we are doing is we are doing a palette bingo, but not only that, she chose my palette, and the palette that I'll be using today is the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. And I know this is a bit of a stretch, but if I had to pick my all-time favorite palette right now, I think it might be this one. I don't know, I don't want to pick, but this is definitely in my top 3 of my all-time favorite palettes, so really happy that she chose that for me. So we'll be doing a palette bingo with this, and then after I've chosen my 5 colors, or after random.org has chosen my colors, I have to use only one brush to complete my look, and I am absolutely terrified. Like, I have 5 brushes put out next to me that are like in the running to be used, but I still don't know which ones I want to use, because first I want to see which colors that I have to work with, because in case I get like all shimmers or something, I'm gonna be kind of fucked. But let's just draw the colors and see where we end up. So I have my random number generator, and this palette has 16 shades, so we'll be generating between 1 and 16. And the first number is 7, which is this brown shade here, which is a shimmer. Let's generate again. 13. And 13 is a matte. Thank God for that, because this would have been very hard if I were to get all shimmers. So we have these 2 shades so far, and I think this is going to be fun now. I'm just honestly happy that I got a matte, because it would have been really hard to make a look out of 5 shimmers using just one brush. So let us generate again. 13 again. 3. And 3 is this beautiful pink shade. I really like this shade a lot. Now, whether or not it goes with the rest of this, I'm not so sure, but we'll make it work. Next number is 6. And 6 is this brown orange. So we have another matte, which is great. And our last shade is 8. And 8 is this red shade, which is kind of more like a dark pink. This is actually a pretty color story. Like, I was kind of worried when I saw the first 3 colors, but now I'm optimistic, if you want. So I'm gonna have a little think of this and then see what I can come up with, and I'll take you through the brush choices that I feel like we have when using this. So I will be right back. So my main issue right now is that I don't like this coppery shade with the pink shade. I can't find a way in my head that that's going to look good together, because I don't like this color combination. It's a very unusual one. So I'm still not completely sure what I want to do, but I want to show you my brush choices that I have. So first off is the brush that I thought of when I first thought of doing this challenge, was my Morphe M506 brush, and this is a very little fluffy brush. I do wish it was a little bit smaller, just a tiny bit if I have to do a whole look with it. And the brush that I have that is the closest to being a little bit smaller is this one. This is also from Morphe, and it is the M321 brush. The thing I don't like about this is that this brush is a little bit more pointed and it's not as fluffy, so it's harder to blend out edges than it is with this brush. But this one will be a lot better for applying shimmers, but none of these are like really perfect. And I also have my other little fluffy brush from Morphe, and this is a very, very tiny one. This is the M149, and I really like this brush, but again, this is just like too small again, but it is really nice and fluffy, and I do really like it. But if I were to do an eye look with only using this brush, we'd be here till tomorrow, and I'm just not about that. So I was going through my brushes early and just kind of looking around, and I also found this brush from the Vintage Company, and this is like a flat shader brush. I like the size of this. Like, it's a really good size for both blending and for packing on color, but I also just don't know with these shades if I want to use this brush. So I really think I need to just go with my first instinct and go with my Morphe M506 brush, even though I feel like I don't have the perfect brush for this challenge, and it's really annoying me. And honestly, if I were to like create the perfect brush for this, I don't even know if I would have one, because it's really hard to just use one brush. So, and the thing is that I also can't use my fingers, because that is a rule, obviously, because it's a one brush only challenge. And I also can't do any cut creases because I don't have a cut crease brush. So there's that. So I think I'm just going to start by priming my eyes and then slapping on some colors and hoping for the best, honestly, because I still really have no idea what I want to do. Okay, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm going to go with my flat definer brush, because I just feel like, I don't know, I'm having a really hard time here, but I'm just gonna start. So I'm gonna dip into Life, which is the blue purple shade, and I have not set my primer, so I'm gonna start off by just patting this onto my outer corner. Something like this, and then I'm just going to wipe it off on my towel in front of me in between uses. And next I've dipped into this red shade, and I'm going to use that to blend out the blue up here. And I'm first just placing it over where I just put this down, and then I'm going to start bringing it into my crease. And the fact that I never reach for this brush is kind of crazy, since this is like my pick for doing a whole look. But I think the reason why I don't really use this brush is because I have brushes that are better for blending and brushes that are better for packing, but since this brush is good for both, that's probably why I chose it. So I'm just going to place this color like this for now. Next I'm going to go in with this orange shade, and I'm going to put that in the inner part of my crease, meeting it up with the pink. Also overlapping it just a little bit. I'm also going to run the last that I have on this brush over and out and blend out this pink. Just add a little bit more dimension. I want to see what happens if I take a little bit of that pink shimmery shade, tapping off my brush, not using it wet, and I'm just going to put that right up here under my brow, because I want this shade to be as far away from the gold as I can possibly get it. And I'm not usually one to do like a brow bone highlight, but I don't want to have this in the inner corner together with the shimmery brown on the lid, or bronze I guess it is. I don't know what that exact color is, but regardless, I don't want them to really touch each other, because I don't feel like pink goes with any of those colors. So I lost a little bit of the pink here. I'm just going to bring that back. And I think before I go in with the shimmer, I'm going to run this blue purple shade. I don't know what to call this shade, because it's like a mix between both. I'm going to run this on my lower lash line. This brush is perfect for this. Also making sure that it is connected on top and that everything out here is blended now that I'm working on this place. I'm just going to bring this color in a little bit more. And also try to deepen it up a bit. Okay, so I have the bronzy shade on my brush right now, and I'm going to put that on my top lid. And So I'm wondering if I could put a little bit of that pink shade just down here on my bottom lash line as well. I think that might kind of work, so I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I don't love that. I just don't love the combination of pink and gold together. Or copper, or whatever you want to call this bronzy shade. I mean, it's fine, it's gonna have to do. So I think I'm just going to go back and forth a little bit with the colors up here to make sure that everything's blended. Alright, after a little bit of finessing, I think I'm happy with how this is looking, so I will go finish up the rest of my eyes. So here is the final result. I'm honestly really happy with how it came out. It came out way better than expected just looking at the swatches. I did not think that this is how it would turn out looking like. So in my waterline, I put my Urban Decay liner in Voodoo, and I love these liners so much, and I still think they have these little value sets on Sephora if you want to pick up a pack of like 4 or 5. They're really, really good, and they're on sale right now for like the holiday season. So I just want to thank Nikki for collabing with me. This was so much fun. I cannot wait to see your look because I know you're working with the Hasina palette and I picked that for you, and I'm just really excited to see what you can come up with. So also, before I forget, I just want to thank you all so much for your super sweet comments on my last video, my story video. It literally brought me to tears so many times, and I'm so lucky and blessed to have you guys as my subscribers. I love you all so much, and I know that you've all been through a lot as well, and I hope that whatever you're going through will get better. And if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm always here. You can DM me on Instagram. It'll be down below in the description box. And I just want to thank you all so much for being part of my family, and I love you all, and I hope I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching as always. Bye.